my destiny.
We just playing with them on this one, yeah.
You were my destiny. That's why, baby, I was too blind to see.
All right, shalom to elect Israel, to the hopeful elect Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, Foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. I want to give all praise to Barak, Yahawashi. Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Name of the Heavenly Father, everybody ignorantly calls God. His true name in the ancient Hebrew, which is the Rawchaa Qadash. His true name is Yahawah. Bahasham means in the name of. Yahawashi is the Holy One of Israel. Everybody ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, who was slain at the foundations of the earth for the salvation of the elect of Israel. And you got 2/3 of the wicked Israelites here scattered across America, Babylon the Great. Then you have the other Israelites, wicked Israelites that are scattered across the four corners of the earth that will come back to the loins of the elect after the destruction. The Rawchaa Qadash is the Holy Spirit that has been bestowed upon the men. The Heavenly Father gave his only begotten Son out of the world to complete this work. So we always want to give double honors to those and apostles, great millstone, led us all to this truth, and been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, pass, so forth, the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who part the elect, to the hopeful elect. Lord, when we part that number, Lord, when us be edifying those who fear the name of the Lord, striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light, Zephaniah 3:5. It is not slack, 2 Peter 3:9. And it's unto a ring, 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 42. Shalom to all you sincere believers out there tuning in here and on after. Yahweh Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash, Barak Atham. We're going to get into various end time topics. Title is The Education of This Truth is Bitter, but its fruit is sweet, and the fruit is the works. So it is good news to the hopeful elect, but it is going to be also bitter because we know that perilous times are coming for our people. Israel, true Israel, because you got, and mentioned all the time, Genesis 35:10, Jacob's name was turned to Israel, and we're going into Jacob's trouble, which is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Many shall die in this time. Some of us, Israelites, we've had families that, some of us had families that didn't care about us, but some of us did have family members that did care about us, but they don't believe in Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi. So, we have to detach ourselves from our own emotions because there's a chance that they might not make it, man. It's a chance they might not be able to come to this truth before the time runs out. And that's what makes it bitter and sweet, because what makes it sweet is we know that all Israel will be saved at the end of the day. And we're the forefront of that. Elders and apostles, great millstone, on down to the men doing the work of Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi. Like that's where it starts. So I want to put this in first before we get into this lesson. Gonna do this first. This is Romans chapter 11, verse 26, and it reads, "And so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written." And when it says as it is written, that means Old Testament. So the fact that you got Christians saying that the Old Testament is done away with, why did the Lord make sure to mention that in the New Testament, that what I said in the Old Testament still applies? He wouldn't have to do that if it was done away with, right? So we knowing that he's saying it as it is written, Old Testament. So we knowing that he's fulfilling some things in the Old Testament right now, okay? That's what the New Testament is, to fulfill everything in the Old Testament that wasn't fulfilled, okay? That's what's happening, okay? There shall come out of Zion the deliverer. Zion's talking about Israel. Okay? Yasharallah, sons of the living power, the deliverer, and that's talking about Yahawashi. And shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob, the whole Jacob, man. Even the 2/3 that came against the truth. You got people out here scoffing the truth, saying it ain't right. They gonna come in and ungodliness is gonna be turned from them. Verse 27, "For this is my covenant unto them," not everybody else, them, "when I shall take away their sins." But some of our people got to pay for it on this side, which is 2/3 of our people here, and the other one scattered across the four corners of the earth, because the elect sin is going to be blotted out. Okay? Theirs has already been paid for by the blood of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. That's why he did that. Okay, that's why Yahawashi died, to cleanse a remnant of of Israel's sins. But he's going to get the rest of them too, and it's going to show you that this devil, all the plans that he had, to cut off the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, it's going to be null and void. It's going to be like they didn't get none of us. They thought just because they got 2/3 of our people here in America, Babylon the Great, to take the chip, they thought they got them. You're not going to get none of us, you fucking demon. You're not going to get none of us. We're all going home. But on this side, the elect's coming home. That's why we're talking about the elect. We're trying to wake them up, because they're the only ones who's going to get it, because they're the only ones who the Lord chose at this time to understand. So we're going to go into this been going around in the brotherhood. WEF, World Economic Forum, or economic, some people say it different, document confirms 6 billion humans will die in 2025. And these people, the scriptures already said that this stuff was going to happen, man. 2,000 years ago, this stuff was already written, but we're going to read about it. So it's a World Economic Forum report hiding a plan in plain sight, Salakia, confirms that upwards of 6 billion people will die in 2025, according to the reports from Davos Klaus. Squab has confirmed that the stated goal is on target to be achieved. See, it's a goal. They want to do this, okay? And I remember I was listening to Elder Manata Zakba, and he was going into this article, and he's talking about this lady who went to go see this dude, and she said it was almost like he laughed like he was drunk, and was like his laughter. Remember we read in Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, yesterday, about how there's that man with that countenance, and his laughter and his stature and how he is shows you who he is, man. It's talking about these niggas, man. Okay, these are the people that it's talking about, man. Okay, when we read in I want to be specific. I think it was in Sirach chapter 21. Yeah, it talks about there's these certain men. They have a stature about them. I'm pretty sure it's in Sirach 21. Let me just double check. Just to be sure. Nope, it's not there. That's not where it is. It's in Sirach 9. Yeah, Sirach 19. Sirach 19, 24. We'll just read it real quick so we can go with it. We're going to go down to verse 30. And it reads, a man's attire and excessive laughter and gait show what he is. And when you go into this article, it talks about this woman who went to got called to meet with these people, because you know the people who make the documents, these are authorized by Esau, even the so-called white man. They want to bring fear so you can take the MOTB and be protected by them. Okay, and the MOTB is the mark of the beast, the grain of rice. You put in your right hand to your forehead. Okay. So we got Elon Musk doing the Neuralink, got these motherfuckers playing video games with their mind. And there was a movie yesterday. I didn't really watch it, but the Lord put the spirit on me to just look at it. But it was like a video. I can't remember the name of it. Let me see if I can find it in my history. Because I watched like 10 minutes of it, to 15 minutes of it. I was like, this shit whack as hell. I don't want to watch this shit. But it was about that. Like, it was this woman. She was like a video game beta tester or something, man. Let me see if I can find it, man. Let me see if I can find it. The name of it. It don't matter, man. It don't matter. If I can go, I'll go put it in the scripture in there. But it was just this damn woman or whatever, and it's this damn woman or whatever, and she fucking, you know what I mean? She's like testing the shit, and she like realizes that like shit's, you know, controlling her mind and shit. Okay. And it just goes back to the MOTB. So we're gonna go over here. You know, the population plans for 2025, blah, 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 blah. But she goes down there and says that shit. And, you know, we just going to go into some scriptures over it. The Bible already spoke about this stuff, man. This is Isaiah chapter 66, verse 16. And it reads, "For by fire and by his sword shall the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many." So this is showing you that even though they saying this is their plans, like the Lord already talked about this. He already talked about this a long time ago. This ain't nothing new. Okay. Verse 17, "They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh," right? These people who keep thinking it's okay to eat bacon and pork and all this stuff, man. These people, these new covenant, New Testament people, talking about how all that's done away with and you can just do whatever because the Old Testament's done away with. And the abomination in the mouth shall be consumed together, saith the Lord Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Okay? And that's what it's talking about. This mass death coming. Okay? That's what it's talking about. We're going to go over here. Esdras, which Esdras is in the book, and because you got a lot of people, you got some people saying that you got a lot of people saying that you got a lot of people saying that what's his name? They try to say that Ezra in the Bible isn't Esdras, and that's the same person. Esdras is just his Greek name. Okay. So second Esdras, chapter 16, verse 28, he talked about it too. "For of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks." It's talking about a bunch of people getting put to death. Verse 29, "As an orchard of olives on every tree, there are 3 or 4 left, 3 or 4 olives," right? We read about this before. It's going to be barely any food left, famine. Verse 30, "Or when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard," right? You have some people trying to find the little food that's left because everything else has become rotten because ain't nobody fucking working no more. Okay, ain't nobody moving shit. Okay, so shit's just gonna go bad and there's gonna be nothing left. Nobody's growing nothing. Nobody, you know. Verse 31, "Even so in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword." So you're gonna have some people going in trying to say the people that did gather or growing stuff and keeping their stuff or whatever they did to stay alive in this time, they're gonna have to deal with certain people coming in trying to take their shit. Okay, because those people who are taking it are what? They're people who don't have they don't have a means of knowing how to grow or how to facilitate and replenish. So they're just gonna take your shit. Okay, that's why we need the Lord at that time to give us spiritual power. Okay, so either we can be hidden from these people or we can overpower them or whatever. Okay, or whatever the Lord wants us to be like. Verse 32, "And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man traveled there through." See, it's going to be not a lot of people left. Verse 33, "The virgins shall mourn," right? "Having no bridegrooms." All you women out there who had husbands and stuff, and y'all wasn't in the truth, your husband wasn't in the truth, you know, you're going to be through. The women shall mourn having no husbands, and the daughters shall mourn having no helpers. And a lot of that's going to be because a lot of them going to get drafted too. Verse 34, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Okay? That's what it's talking about. You know? We're just going to talk about the draft. We're going to talk about the draft. I think it already talked about it. Hold on, let me go back. Yeah, in the wars, the bridegroom shall be destroyed. The draft. And their husbands shall perish of famine because there ain't no food around. So it's going to be a lot of women out here helpless. And that goes back into Isaiah 4 verse 1 where it says a lot of women going to come to these elect men and going to be like, be all wives, because they're not going to, their husband ain't going to be alive no more. So that means what? They can remarry. They're going to have to go to those men. Verse 35, hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. So whoever's the servants of the Lord, they're giving this understanding that this is coming. Okay? Which we know are the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, man. And if you don't believe that, whatever, man. Whatever. If you don't get it, we're moving on. Next article. It's coming. BRICS nation officially enters top 5 global economies in noble shift. Okay, so they're in the top 5 now, global economies. They're doing good. Things are working out. You know how else is working good? Right here. It's coming up. I'm going to X off this last one. We don't have to go too much in it. You can get it. BRICS news, payments in Chinese yuan overtake US dollar by 2.5%. And it says crypto payments next, right? And you remember when we was listening to the video that the camp that GMS Virgin Islands Straight Gate, they were like, you're going to have to use crypto to save you from that or whatever, right? That's why they're talking about that. That's what they're talking about in the world right now. They're trying to everybody's trying to find a way to be saved from the dollar crashing. And there's not going to be any way but Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Okay? It's the only way you're going to make it out of here. Okay? Not other forms of money. So we're going to go into some stuff that we normally go into. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 17. And it reads, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which talking about the Russians. They're the heads of the BRICS, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Why? Because they got their own shit. They're not going to care if America's not going to be able to buy them off. That's what it's saying. America's not going to be able to, bribe them to keep them alive. They're not going to need America no more. And we remember we were listening to that woman. Brothers was going around the video, and she was saying, this woman was talking about the MOTB, and she was saying the only thing that America's good for is entertainment. They're not trying to be entertained. They want to run shit. Okay. Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 9, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon, talking about America, Babylon the Great, an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken, right, by the missiles. Their arrows, talking about the missiles, shall be as a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. Simple. It's simple. Jeremiah 51 verse 9. And it reads, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reaches unto heaven, even to the skies. Now, when you go over here, we're going to go back and put some more scriptures on it in a second, but we're going to go here. You see right here, it says Mexico pauses relations with U.S. and Canadian embassies, right? So this is what we're seeing. All the world is like, Babylon could have been saved by Kamala Harris and Lil Jon, but it can't. So we're going to pause all this talking like we're friends. Give us a hold on that. We'll get back to you. Okay? That's what's happening right now. Okay? But we're going to go back and put some more scriptures in that in a second. We're going to stick on topic. Okay? We're going to go here. We're going to get to that Mexico shit. We got some more shit on it, but we're going to do this first. Peloton's former billionaire CEO says he lost all my money when he left exercise company. So he left, and he was a billionaire, and now he barely got nothing. Okay? So I want to make some points about this. This is prophecy at work as well. This is James chapter 5. We went over it before, but we're going to go over another one. I don't go over a lot. James chapter 5, verse 1, it reads, "Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you." That was a misery for him to lose everything. How you go for a billionaire to nothing? It'd be some Jake's got, a couple $1,000 and they lose that shit. Jake be devastated. Like, oh shit, broke. Jake got $500 in savings and that shit go away. That Jake be like, ah, shit. So how much if you got $1 billion and you go from like a couple $100,000? You can be like, oh shit, right? So your miseries that shall come upon you, your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten. Verse 2. Verse 3, your gold and silver is cankered, right? And this is also showing, this is why Russia is going to be like, we don't give a fuck about your gold and silver. It's nothing. It's just a witness against you, okay, to show that you've been hogging all the fucking money, okay? We want to get rid of you, okay? Not let alone Yahawashi is using it as a witness against them. Because they took it from King Solomon. They took it from his temple and took everything from the precious temple of Yahawashi in 70 AD. Your gold and silver is cankered. The rest of them shall be a witness against you and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heat treasured together for the last days. This is a witness against them. Okay? Then we're going to go over here. Sirach. Going to point this out. Sirach, chapter 11, verse 21. And it reads, "Marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord," right? Talking about Yahawashi, "and abide in thy labor," right? "For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich." And that's what he did with us in his truth. And it's the same vice versa. He can make a rich man poor instantly, and that's what he did for us in this truth. Like a year and a half ago, I was in Amazon. I had no knowledge of, being a fucking ruler of the universe. Okay. And the Lord put me there. Okay. He put me in GMS and put me around the brothers. I didn't do that. Wasn't born one day and was just like, I'm just going to be a GMS brother. I'm just going to do GMS shit. I never thought that. The Lord did that. There's no way I could have did that. Okay. I couldn't even really sustain myself in this world because I was just like, fuck this place. I fucking hate it here because this is slavery for Jake. This is hell for Jake. So I wasn't like a Jake that was like, I want to be a great American citizen. Like I was never that guy. I was like, fuck this place. Okay. Always. Okay. I was just living off the bare minimum. Okay. Verse 22, "The blessing of the Lord is in the reward of the godly, and suddenly he maketh his blessing flourish." And that's how the Lord works. You could be nobody, and then the next day, Lord, change your shit overnight. But he's doing it with this truth because he doesn't want everybody to know that you got a blessing. He doesn't want everybody to know that you obtained immortality. That's what you're really obtaining when you understand this knowledge that's come from the elders and apostles, great Muslim. You literally just obtain immortality and you're just finishing your oath to get it. Okay. That's what we're getting when we're doing this. Okay. Moving on. Next article, ancient tablets foretold doom awaiting Babylonian kings. Okay. So they found these tablets. They went on the British embassy, and we're just going to read a little bit of it, but we're going to show you that this is how the Bible worked. Okay. All these prophets had a time where they were talking about here in America was going to be doomed. Okay. So this is like the same thing. Okay. That's what the Bible doing. It's telling you that there's a certain time doom. We'll go into it. We'll just read a little bit of it. It was good to be the king of ancient Babylonia. So they're talking about old Babylon. Unless, of course, An eclipse occurred during his reign. And didn't we not just have a fucking eclipse? Look at this shit, man. This shit is golden right here. We just had a goddamn eclipse, man. And everybody's seen it. Everybody in America, Babylon the Great seen it, man. That happened this year. And guess what the elders and apostles said? They said this is the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, man. And Jake, I'm talking about over here in Oklahoma, we scrambling to make sure we got everything right. We scrambling in our minds, you know, to make sure that we're staying on top of our shit. Okay? But we know that, I'm going to pull it up later. Scripture says that the race, we're going to pull up in a second. I don't even want to say it yet. We're going to deal with it. Okay? Just stick on topic. So an eclipse occurred during his reign. Such an event foretold revolt, rebellion, defeat in war, right? Rebellion, we got civil war coming. Defeat in war, loss of territory. We're going to read about all that this time. Plague, we already know that. We're going to read about that too. Drought, we already see that coming because that's why they're making GMO foods. Crop failure, locust attacks. We've seen the locusts fucking terrorizing America, Babylon the Great, or even the king's death, right? Tried to assassinate Trump. They all think Trump's the king, right? You got even Edomites all the way over there in Virgin Islands talking about some Trump's going to save us. Should the last omen be foretold, the king will go into hiding and a substitute, say a prisoner or a simpleton. And what did Trump say? What did Trump say if he lost the election? He was going to go to Venezuela. He was going to run. All this kind of shit is like happening right now. It's just in different ways. Will be installed until the danger had passed. To appease the gods, someone would have to die. So upon the return of the true king, the substitute will be executed. And ultimately, that substitute is going to be Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and 144,000 elect. But that's not what they're talking about at all. But I'm just saying, like, this is the kind of stuff that we're telling you that's about to progress. Okay, these kingdoms are going to be brung down, and Yahawah, Yahawashi, and his government is going to reign. Okay, but they're finding these in these tablets, and they're trying to, you know, make all this stuff up like they're the wise men of the earth. But ultimately, that's how the Bible works. It was a lot of prophets who were telling you of a time to come. Okay, just like when they read all these tablets talking about certain things, you know, like Babylon. This is the new Babylon, and this is what's coming to this place. All that stuff we just read about. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 29, and the land shall tremble in sorrow, for every purpose of the Lord shall be performed against Babylon, talking about America, to make the land of Babylon a desolation without inhabitant. Okay, because you got over there now in old Babylon, that over there, that's modern day Iraq. So there's still people dwelling around there. There's still people around there. So we know it's not talking about that old place. That's not, you know, that's not talking about over there. Okay, hold on real quick. Let me make sure. It's no, it's not yeah, it's in modern day Iraq. I think that's what I said. Yeah, it's the southern part of Iraq. Okay, I'm thinking about Sodom and Gomorrah or whatever. But over here in Babylon, right here, that says without inhabitant, there's still people over there right now. Okay, even some of the small hats are hiding out over there right now. Modern day Iraq, that's Babylon. It's old Babylon. So we know this says a Babylon, a desolation without inhabitant. It can't be there because there's people over there right now. Okay, so we know that's not talking about them. This is talking about America. Okay, and we'll get to the point of proving that. But first, we're going to keep reading. Verse 30, and the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might have failed. They have become as women, right? Weaker vessels, like we talked about the other day. They have burned their dwelling places. Their bars are broken. And when you go look back into old Babylon, the Chaldeans, okay, that was the last stronghold of Babylon. And they didn't even fight for it. They just gave it up. They're just like, here you go. They just gave it up. Okay. And that's what's going to happen here. They're just going to give it up because it's going to be so broken because all the other nations have came against this place and weakened the dollar, weakened the military. The military, half of it is Mo's. Okay, half of it is people who are saying they're women and are actually men. Okay, that's what's happening right now. They're being broken down. Their bars are being broken. Their strongholds are being broken economically, mentally, physically, emotionally, in all different ways through the pestilences, through the destruction coming on, through certain tornadoes and certain things, because they're still rebuilding from, talking about 100-something tornadoes happened here in just Oklahoma this year. Okay, they're not just rebuilding that shit quick, man. Shit takes time. That's why they're always called an Ephraim. Not Ephraim, but Issachar. Issachar, the so-called Mexicans. Issachar, his name literally, and I think how you say his name is I don't want to say it if I don't know exactly, but I think it's been a while since I've said it. It's Ishashar, I think, but I'm probably going off saying that, so don't even take that. But it's something like that. It's my elder, we haven't got to do a quiz this last Saturday, so I haven't touched up on it. But his name literally means he is hired. Okay, it's literally what it means. That's why they always call Issachar, so-called Mexicans, gonna build fucking everything, because they build it fast as fuck. Okay, they're part of the tribes. Okay, they're the shit when it comes to building shit. Okay, whatever. Moving on. Verse 31. One post shall run to meet another, and one messenger to meet another, to show the king of Babylon that his city is taken at one end. So you're going to have certain messengers that are going to come to the leaders and like, oh, fuck, Delaware got taken, or New York got taken. Over here, this got taken. That's what it's talking about. Okay. Verse 32, and the passages are stopped, right? They got all these underground tunnels where they're bringing transports through shit, and all that's just going to get fucking taken out. They're going to be like, fuck, we can't bring supplies over there to help them and shit now. Okay? They're going to be going over and telling them like, oh, fuck, we're fucked. And the reeds, they have burned with fire, and the men of war are frightened. See? Because they're used to being able to get supplies. That's why I said the mighty men shall be afraid. They're going to be used to being able to get supplies whenever they want, and it's not going to happen this time. They're going to be terrified, man. Terrified. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 60. Hold on, let me go back. And it reads, so Jeremiah wrote in a book all the evil that should come upon Babylon, even all the words that are written against Babylon. See? That's what it's saying. But you got these people who thinking it's just talking about old Babylon. No, it's talking about here, America, Babylon the Great. Okay? But we're going to get to it. We're almost there. Jeremiah chapter 39, verse 3. We're going to go to the point. We're going to get to the point for a second. So, that's not where I want to go. Hold on. I want to go to Isaiah. That's where I want to go. I typed in the wrong one. Isaiah 13, verse 19, right here. Okay. So Isaiah was seeing this same thing, but you got to remember back in that day, Isaiah basically, he was writing this in the Babylonian captivity. So he thought that it was really talking about ancient Babylon. Okay. But it was talking about now. Okay. So it's Isaiah 13:19, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, right? The beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, because back then, old Babylon didn't rule the whole world. Okay. But they thought it was, because that was where they were in captivity. They thought that was it. They thought it was the end. But it wasn't. Okay. Because the Chaldees' excellency is talking about America, Babylon the Great. They rule all the kings of the earth. Okay. Shall be even as when the Most High, talking about Yahawah, overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay. So as we see, Sodom and Gomorrah got hit with fire. This is how it's going to happen over here. Fire. Coming down with fire, man. That's what it's talking about. It's talking about Babylon, man. Okay? But first, the mark of the beast and stuff has to come. We're going to jump up to Isaiah. This is also what he said. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 4. And it reads, thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, which is like a prophecy, a riddle, a dark saying, okay, against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased, right? And we know back in the old Babylon, they were known when you got Daniel talking about the head of gold, but this wasn't, this wasn't talking about them, okay? It wasn't talking about them. This is talking about the golden city. Everybody looks at America, Babylon the Great as this fucking great place to be. Okay, land of the free, home of the brave. Talking about the whole world. Okay, in this situation. But we're going to jump down to verse 22. Verse 22, and it reads, for I will raise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord. That hasn't happened yet, because old Babylon is still talked about to this day. It's still talked about to this day. So the Lord's going to cut off their remembrance of anything. Like nobody's going to dwell in there. Nobody's going to go around it. Nobody is not going to even come to mind. I'm going to pull that up first. Next. Isaiah chapter 65, verse 17, for behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. Right? So we know that's not talking about old Babylon, because we can still talk about that. You had them talking about that all the time. We still got history books on old Babylon. So we're not talking about them. It's talking about new Babylon. America, Babylon the Great. It will not come to mind in that day, man. It's going to be nothing. Nobody's not going to think about it. Okay? That's what it's talking about. Now we're going to go to Revelation 17. After we seen all that in the Old Testament, and then you go over here. We know over here isn't talking about that Babylon. Revelation chapter 17, verse 1. And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and we know we're in the sixth vial, because it said it was going to raise up the nations in the east to come against this place after Euphrates rivers was dried up, and it's been drying up over the years. It's just about dry, right? There came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Let's talk about America, Babylon the Great. And don't you think Esau Edom he owns the water? Don't you think he would just go get a whole bunch of water and go dump it in the Euphrates River to stop prophecy? Don't you think that? Don't you think he would have did that? But he's not going to do that. Why? Why is he not going to do that? Because this is the work of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. You cannot fuck off this prophecy, man. And the Lord controls them. They could have thought of that and did that. These niggas is making niggas look at the goddamn screen with their mind and play a video game. Okay? I'm going to go find that movie that I was talking about. I'm going to go do a short little video on it, Lord willing, soon. And just show you, like, they already been talking about this shit, man. Okay? They've been talking about this shit everywhere that you see. Okay? Don't you think they would just got a whole bunch of, they've made man-made lakes. Don't you think they would just go fill the Euphrates River back up since it was drying up? They're not going to do that, because that's against prophecy. They work for the Lord too. The wicked work for the Lord too. That's what Jake doesn't get, right? So in whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. That's what you see over there, GMS Virgin Islands straight gate. You still got people all the way the fuck over there in the Virgin Islands, doing shit like America, Babylon the Great. Talking about some come with me, Hail Mary, and everybody like Tupac. But how did something over here happen over here in America, Babylon the Great, reach all the way over there to the Virgin Islands? Because these niggas orchestrated this shit, man. They wanted everybody to be drunk with the philosophies of this place, man. And that's what we seen. So he carried me away into the spirit, into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, and the names of blasphemy given 7 heads and 10 horns. That's talking about America, Babylon the Great. You got some people saying that it's Kamala Harris or whatever, but it's fucking retarded. It's talking about America, okay? Talking about America, Babylon the Great. Okay, I'm gonna let you know that. It's talking about America. 7 heads, 10 horns. Because I seen a brother, he had went into that because somebody had said it, you know. And, you know, because I did a video the day, 2-3 days before that, going into like, it would make sense that, you know, if she became president, but I was like saying like, this is what America does. It worships women, you know, so that's, you know, that's makes sense, you know, that if they do make her president, you know, or whatever, you know, she's going to fit into like America and how they worship women, but she's not the scarlet colored beast. The beast is talking about NATO and EU, man. Okay. That's ran by America, Babylon the Great. Full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked and with gold and precious pearls, stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and the filthiness of her fornication, which is like, you know, all these philosophies. Okay. But you can even look at it physically if you want to. You know, the Statue of Liberty has a woman holding the cup with abominations or whatever, you know, but it's really talking about this place's philosophies, its doctrines, the way it does stuff. Okay. We're going to go more into that soon to show you what we're saying. Okay. Got the rest of the world in this wicked ass mindset. And the woman, right? Yep. And it says verse 5, and upon her forehead, the name is written, Mystery Babylon the Great. So this isn't talking about old Babylon. It's saying Babylon the Great. That's Babylon the Great. That's a different place. Okay. The mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Okay. And we know this place exalts women like Sukihana, Sexy Red, right? You know what I'm saying? This is the place that has, you know, this ideology of like just harlotry. Okay. And this is why when there's a sign next to it, it's a sign next to the Statue of Liberty. You can type it in. It says the mother of all harlots, or the mother of all exiles. It says the mother of all exiles. And Jake was exiled from the Lord. We got exiled and cast out of the land. So that's why a lot of Jakes, the majority of Jakes is here in America, Babylon the Great. Okay. This is where we were exiled. Okay. Because the Lord looked at Israel as what? A harlot, because we were serving other gods. So we got sent here. The mother of all exiles. What did what's his name? What's his fucking name? Hitler. He had in his books that the Lord stole, or not the Lord, but the America stole the precious jewels of the Lord, which is talking about the so-called Negroes. Okay. They knew, man. Over there in the East, they know what's going on. That's why they're getting ready to nuke this place. They know. Okay. Because they work for the Lord too. Okay. So going back to what we was talking about earlier, it says woman 22 drops dead in gym while performing barbell squats. Okay. So this woman, it says basically she dropped because she over exerted herself. Okay. And that's what you don't want to do in this truth, Jake. You want to be balanced. You don't want to overexert yourself or over push yourself to the limit. It has to be balanced. That's what I want to really go into. And we're going to show you that's in the scriptures. It said that some men reach 60-fold or 30-fold, 60-fold, and 100-fold. So you got some brothers, you'll see them, and they just super on fire for the Lord. They doing the work, they going in. And then you got some brothers that's, you know, they just doing a little bit less than that, but that doesn't mean that the Lord's not dealing with them. Okay. It's just certain levels to this, man. And you can only go to the level the Lord wants you to go. Okay. But if you are someone that's new and you're coming in, don't try to be so quick to try to just, you know, just try to get just super knowledgeable and learn everything super fast. Take your time, learn, go a pace where you believe that Yahawashi is wanting you to go, and he'll increase you. It said the Lord increaseth. It said, yet Apollos water, but the Lord giveth the increase. So you don't want to be someone who tries to exert yourself to increase yourself. Let the Lord increase you. Let him do it. Okay? And you stay at your lowest state wherever you at and let him do that. And if anybody can say that, I'm not saying that there's people who haven't had worse situations than me, but when I came in the truth, I was in a fucking closet. Okay? And you know what was crazy? I've never really said this before, but living in that closet and I didn't have that much, and I was, it was kind of cool because it was like connected to the bathroom, so it was like I kind of had like my own little house. It was pretty dope. It was pretty cool, and I have to worry about shit. I got to do fucking lessons 10 hours a day and shit, and the Lord made it where I had food stamps and shit or whatever at that time, and fucking, kind of gain my knowledge. And I did. I gained a lot of knowledge in that room, in that small confined room. And that was like one of my favorite times of here, to be honest. But like, he did that and he did it to show me that like you really don't need nothing here, bro. Like you really don't need nothing here. And that was the time where he strengthened me the most. I even feel like even now more, I wish damn near I was back there doing that in that closet because I was free. I was truly free. I was truly free to be able to understand Yahawashi, but he said, look, I got to bring you up on a level. I got to increase you. So I need you to go out and do more. I need you to go back and get you a job. I need you to get your ass off your ass and do this. I said, all right, Lord, I'll go do it. Like when I went to go do my interview, I walked 10 miles across town to go do my interview to get the job that I got. And it's not the best job. No, it's not. But the Lord's increased me since then. He bring the elder around me, brothers around me. I got to go to Dallas. I got to go to Houston. I got to go see the brotherhood, man. Like that was in a year, man. He built me up to be better, and I'm still working. Like I'm still working on myself. I'm just saying, like at that time, I was way more like fired up, and like now I'm still fired up, but it didn't feel like that time. I felt like the world was going to blow up tomorrow, okay, type shit. And that's where we want to keep ourselves, Jake. Like this shit can happen tomorrow. That's the kind of energy we want to have today because we don't know if we're going to have tomorrow. Just like that girl, she was working out, 22 years old, and she went to go work out, trying to get herself better, and she dropped dead, man, trying to push too hard. So that's what I'm trying to say. Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 11, I returned and saw under the sun, the race is not to the swift, right? Nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all. See what I'm saying? It doesn't matter really how good you are, Jake. If you really love Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, man, he's got you, man. That's really what I'm trying to say. He's got you. Just whatever you're dealing with, whatever struggles you have, and trying to be in the truth and trying to get better. And, we all deal with our certain demons, whatever it is, man. Just better yourself. And I tell myself that every day because I know there's demons that I deal with. It's like, damn, man, I got to get rid of this shit. I got to keep praying and fasting. I got to keep. And there's some demons, they just going to fight you all the way to the end. It said we will battle Amalek from generation to generation. Okay? There are some demons you're not going to ever get off of you until Yahawashi returns. Because if that was so, then he wouldn't have nothing to fix on you. So it's a constant battle. It's a marathon, Jake. You have to run the race. This is fucking dope. I fucking love the truth. This is fucking cool. All right. Moving on. Who the fuck is this? Oh, okay. This is what I wanted. I had to find it somewhere else because they made it where there was like, you have to pay $1 to give us this article. And I was like, nah, Well, I can find it somewhere else. So this is why that was still up. But this is what I was trying to show. It says Russia is signaling it could take out the West internet and GPS. There is no good backup plan. So I seen a couple comments too when people came across this. And they were saying, like, so should we be afraid right now? Man, you should have been afraid a long time ago, motherfucker. Yeah, how about Yahawashi is coming? That's what you need to be afraid of. Okay? Moving on. Says Russia is likely mapping underwater internet cables, a NATO official said. The country is also believed to be behind flight GPS interference. Its signaling could wreak havoc on the West's electronic infrastructure, which means what? You ain't got no motherfucking missile detect system. You don't have it. Okay? And if they're working on it, that means what? The other half of the world is working on it because Russia is the guard to all of them. So they're like, we're going to make sure you can do this. Joel, I'm going to show you that's where it's at. I'm going to show you that why this is probably going to be what it is. You know, we read this before. We're going to just go to the point. We're not going to read too much of it. I want to go to the point. Okay, we've read about this 100 trillion times, so we're going to go to the point. So it says, let's go down. Right? Okay, right here, verse 7. It talks about these missiles. It says they shall run like mighty men, and they shall climb the wall like men of war. Talking about these missiles, because at verse 6, it said, before their face, people shall be much pain. All their faces shall gather blackness from fucking smoke, this soot from the missiles. They shall run like mighty men. They shall crawl like the wall. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. They shall march every one of his ways, which are their GPS systems. They're going to hit where they're supposed to hit, and they shall not break their ranks, right? They're going to hit the GPS systems. Neither shall one thrust another, right? They're not going to hit each other. They shall walk everyone in his path. Talking about they're going to hit. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded, which is what? They don't get fucking, they don't have a missile detect system where they can block them or have something that where it makes it a dud, or, you know, they won't be duds or nothing. Okay. And when they get wounded, like, you have a missile detect system like the Iron Dome in Israel, like stop the missile, they send something else to stop it, like flares and shit or whatever. They're not going to be wounded because there's not going to be no fucking system. That's why they're getting the shit ready to cut the shit off. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in the windows like a thief that fire. And the earth shall quake before them. Missiles. The heavens shall tremble. Missiles. The sun and the moon shall be dark. The mushroom clouds. And the stars shall withdraw their shining. Okay? And that's that part of the stars withdrawing their shining is part of it is talking about the elect. They're going to get removed. Okay? And you're not going to be able to see the fucking sky because there's going to be fucking clouds everywhere. We've seen it in the Matrix where he said, what's his name? Morpheus tell Neo, he said, we were the ones that scorched the sky and there's some fucking clouds all over that shit. You can't see no fucking nothing. Shit is fucking deep, man. You got to wake up, Jake. The time is coming. And that was just a joke. That was an inside joke. Me and my elder guy. So going over here, back to this. I'm going to pull up one more scripture for this. This is Mexico pauses relations with U.S. and Canadian embassies. And we actually pulled it up earlier, I think. We actually pulled it up earlier. That's why I went to it. Lord had me, kind of do like a jump on that. We're almost done. Y'all know I usually take about 1 hour. And I want to try to go fast as I can. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 9. Okay. Yep, that's right. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Let us go into everyone in his own country. We talked about that earlier, right? That's what it's doing. Mexico pauses relation with U.S. and Canadian embassy. He said, fuck all that. We need to go over here and make our own bread. Because they're seeing what? What are they seeing? They're seeing the BRICS is doing better than America. The yuan is 2.5% better than the dollar right now. We're seeing that. That's why they're saying, hold on. This motherfucker, this 2/3, it's a car, right? It's like, hold on. Paul's trying to talk to these niggas. We need to see what side we on. Okay? Yeah, pauses, all that. And it was because of something specific. If I gotta say. You can go read it if you really want to know. We just like going into prophecy. I don't got enough time to be doing all that. Moving on. So I gotta go get ready for the plantation. So it says sloth fever enters USA. Florida reports 20 travel related cases. Okay. So you brothers out there, you know, you Aquath brothers and sisters, be careful. Be careful who you go around. Pray to Yahawah, Yahawashi before you leave the houses. Whoever's out there in New York, whoever's out there, wherever, just pray to Yahawah, Yahawashi. Keeps you covered. Doesn't have you running nobody where you get sick. It said it usually stands around 10 days, whatever. Or some people been dying off of it, whatever. Okay, we know pestilences are coming, and when we see them, we're here to tell you that they're saying that there's more shit being reported. We know that a lot of the stuff that we're seeing, these curses and stuff that are happening to Edomites, you know, but he reigns on the just and the unjust, so it could happen to us too. So we have to be careful, circumspect. Matthew 24:7. And it reads, for nation shall rise against nation, and Yahawashi speaking. We've read about this all the time. And kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. We're seeing all that. We're seeing kingdoms going against kingdoms, earthquakes, pestilences, which one we just read. Verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. That's where we're at. So we're at, Jake. So that's why I said in Ecclesiastes 7, verse 2, better to be in the house of mourning than being like Lil Johnny's niggas talking about some turn down for what? We don't want to be like them, okay? We don't want to be like them right now, okay? Because we're in the beginning of sorrows, okay? We don't want to be like these niggas, man. So don't do what they're doing, okay? That's what we're telling you. Okay, so coming over here. Hold on. Whoo, the Wadi Yahawah was shy. Yeah, okay. Just the brother's comment, it fired me up. Yeah, man, the Wadi Yahawah was shy. Okay, not gonna even talk about it. Moving on. Sudden dam collapse, at least 30 dead, many missing after dam burst in eastern Sudan. Okay, so we're gonna watch a little bit of this. I'm gonna let you look at this. It's got music playing, but we don't need the music. It's just gonna play. It's gonna show you. Hold on, let me run it back. There it goes. Look at all that. At least 30 dead, many missing after burst in eastern Sudan. So we're just going to read this and then we're going to go into it. It says at least 30 people died when surging waters burst through a dam wiped out. And it said dozens were missing. It says at least 20 villages in Sudan. So we know it's way more than 30 people. We're talking about 20 villages being completely demolished with water, man. Okay. Shit, man, the Lord ain't playing. Okay. Lord's not playing. He's not playing, bro. And this is my I wanted to go into this other thing. No, I'm gonna go into it. I'm gonna go into it just a little bit. 39, verse 26. Because I just want to make a couple points on it. It's actually enough to go into it. So Ecclesiastes, the book of Barak, chapter 39, verse 26. The principal things for the whole use of man are life, water, fire, iron, salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, the blood of grape, and oil and clothing. Everything you need to be a human being. Okay. Verse 27, all these things are good to the godly, right? We use them in modesty. We need these things. We like, you know, and that's why you had GMS Qadash. He just did a lesson about some jakes don't need to be drinking, man, because they overuse this shit. Okay? You don't want to overuse this shit. And I've even been a victim to that. Sometimes I've overdrank and I didn't go attack nobody or end up like laying out in the street drunk as shit. But there's sometimes I'll wake up in the house like, damn, man, I drank a little bit too much last night. I got to chill out on that. That's happened to me before. Like, come on, Jake. Like, if you're a Jake, there's been one night like, man, I drank too much, man. I got to settle down. So that's a good lesson for all of us to know, man. It's not like, you know, We're not subject. Just because we're in the truth doesn't mean we don't fucking go off and need to, examine ourselves, man. That's why the Lord puts the spirit on the brothers to do certain lessons, man. Because they're trying to help us, man. You can't do nothing but thank them for that, man. You can't feel like you're ashamed. Like, don't feel ashamed, Jake. Just like Elder Yahawah always mentioned it time to time. He said, don't feel bad for the things you've done, Jake. It said, don't let your sins weigh yourselves down. Just know that the Lord, since he's got his men correcting you and getting on your ass, it means he fucking loves you, man. Verse 27, all these things are good to the godly, are for good to the godly. So to the sinners, they are turned into evil, man. Okay? So he turned what was supposed to protect them, a dam, it was supposed to keep their civilization thriving. It destroyed 20 of their fucking towns. Verse 28, and we read this yesterday, but I want to go into another part. We're going to read through this. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. And that can even be a fucking element of water. Verse 29, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. So what you're seeing when you have this disasters going on in the earth, that is to avenge the elect. Okay, vengeance. It's not just like, oh no, something just happened and nobody knows. We've seen in the Old Testament, it said Amos chapter 3, verse 6, that if there's evil in the city, the Lord did it. Okay, he's doing it. Verse 30, teeth of wild beasts. We've seen all types of videos of people's own dogs tearing them to shreds, and scorpions and serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. Verse 31, they shall rejoice in his commandment. They shall be ready upon the earth. So some people upon the earth, their whole job is just to fucking destroy shit. When need is, and when their time has come, they shall not transgress his words. That's why one Edomite who got stung 260 times by them wasps, he had them wasps all making that whole nest just to sting that nigga. Verse 32, therefore, from the beginning I was resolved and thought upon these things, and have left them in writing. He had the prophets write this shit for your ass, Jake. Wake your ass up. Verse 33, all the works of the Lord are good. So when this stuff happens, this is to bring forth a nation and a kingdom that is righteous and good. So that's why, even though, like the title says, it looks bitter, but its fruits, this fruits, its fruits are sweet, man. And I gotta go rephrase that. Give me 1 second. It says its works is sweet, but I want to say are. The works are sweet. Yeah, let me do that. Give me 1 second. And go fix that. We're all reproving ourselves. I'm my own worst critic. Be like, damn, Jake, you was whack as hell when you did that. Like, I be doing that shit to myself all the time. Like, you was whack as hell. You gotta do better right there. Like, I do that to myself. Like, I don't have no shame in it either, because I know the Lord's correcting me right now. Like, we're good, man. We're good over here, being corrected by Yahawashi. Like, just like Elder Yahawah, he just did a whole lesson talking about submissiveness is not like degrading, dude. It's not degrading. Like, we're so glad that we're finally getting taught how not to fucking die. It's just fucking hilarious. It's just fucking hilarious. People think this is a problem. Verse 34, so that a man cannot say this is worse than that. For in time they shall all be well reproved. And what did that dude say? What did that dude say? The fucking Edomites say to GMS Virgin Island Straight Gate, Brother Nabala. What did he say? What did he say? He said he's telling them about how bad it is to be in hell and in slavery, right? And he was like, well, it could be worse than that. You see right here, this is fucking powerful, man. This word is powerful, right? I'll read it one more time. Ecclesiasticus, the book of Barak, chapter 39, verse 34. So that a man cannot say, this is worse than that, for in time they shall all be well approved. Man, powerful. Verse 35, and therefore Praise ye the Lord with the whole heart and mouth, and bless the name of the Lord. How do we do that? By doing this work, the fruit. We're the fruit, okay? We're fruit. We're offspring from the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom, Bahasham, Qadash, Barak. You know, to the brother right here, come to the camp. I'm going to read his too. So Rawchaa chapter 23, verse 27. And they that remain shall know that there is nothing better than the fear of the Lord. Perfect. Right here. I like this one. And that there is nothing sweeter than to take heed to the commandments of the Lord. Simple, man. Simple. You know, exactly what I was just talking about. You know, the brothers is on, we all on one accord. You know, we're all looking to make sure we know what the hell Yahawashi is talking about all day. Okay. And if you don't like Yahawashi, you're not gonna like us. Like, that's what we talking about. It's that simple. It's very simple. So there is let me go here. Let me go here. Because there's another one. There's another one that I wanted to pull up. It was about this woman. I'm gonna be able to type it in. I got one more scripture, and just bear with me. I know I'm taking a little bit longer than I was supposed to. I'm going a little bit over, but I want to do this. Woman. I want to make a point with this. Okay, to show you that, you know, even you got these harlots out here that sell their body. You know, you got these harlots out here who's on OnlyFans, and they sell themselves. I want to go to YouTube and do it. They sell themselves on there. Y'all hoes ain't gonna even have to be able to make no money either. Y'all job is gonna get y'all job is gonna get blanked out too. Okay. They're gonna use AI to do it too. Okay. Because a lot of these women, they want to attract rich men. Okay. Oh man. This shit is like, man, I'm telling you, man. Let me get to it. Let me go to my history. I was supposed to go to the history. I want to go here. Go to the history. Here it is. So this is an actual woman. But you know how I said, like in Revelation chapter 17, where these other nations have taken the philosophies of this place. Okay. And we know Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is trying to make an artificial birthright, man. Okay. So I want to show a little bit with this, how the nations, they've like fell in love with this shit, man. They fell in love with this shit, and they're just doing, they think this shit's really cool. So this is an actual woman. Hold on.
This realistic looking waitress is serving food in
Hold on, nigga ain't even showing this shit. There you go. Look at that bitch. Look at it.
This
That's a real woman.
looking waitress is serving food in local Chinese restaurant. Well,
But
I
she
was
like
watching
dancing
her,
like a
I
robot.
couldn't realize is she a real person or a robot.
Oh yeah.
Next day she had a different outfit, but she was moving the same way. She can even pick up an object, and she can sit down like a real person. Is this some kind of advanced model? Follow for more videos.
Now, she's a real ass woman, right? But now you got these motherfuckers over here. The title is, you can soon buy a sex robot equipped with artificial intelligence for about 20 racks.
Hi, I'm
So
Katie.
all you women out here, you women with your goddamn twerking your ass on all these platforms, soon they're gonna be able to buy an artificial hoe, and they're not gonna have to deal with you no more. And they know they're not gonna have to worry about no diseases. They're not gonna have to worry about worshiping you and shit. They can just buy this hoe and they can take her out to dinner instead of you. So all you women out there who think you're the shit and the OnlyFans and shit, you're through. This bitch bot 5,000 is about to overpower you niggas. Hold on, let's watch this a little bit. I just want to watch a little bit. We're gonna put in some scriptures, and then we out of here.
That actually makes her
And look, you see that shit right there? Me and my elder be watching Outer Limits, and it literally looks like that. It's like a fucking bitch bot that they made, and it was supposed to be like nannies and shit. And this is like the Outer Limits. Like when you go watch the Outer Limits in the 1990s, they was making shit like this, man, and showing you like this is what they was finna do. Me and the elder be watching this shit all the time. He be finding them and watching them, you know. Okay, you know, I get that. This woman belong in women belong in the kitchen. Only if they stayed in the kitchen and submitted to their man. Okay, that's cool. You ain't saying nothing crazy, but you know, just you know, you seem like you knew, but whatever. You know, we know they going off, but it's supposed to be like that. It's part of prophecy. But you know, hey, you know, we here just to teach the truth. You know, if you're a woman, just listen, okay? Well, I don't want to explain why, but just trust me on this one. Just, you know, you cool saying that. I ain't tripping on you, but just keep your words to a limit, because it's not to offend me or nobody else, but it's the Most High set it up like this. I'm just saying, try to keep yourself hidden to the best of your abilities. It's a balance to it. You got to make yourself known a little bit, especially if you want a true man in the Lord. So understood what you're saying, but we're gonna get to it.
Intelligence in her head that actually makes her face move.
It's sort of weird how she blinks and everything.
Yeah,
that makes her feel very real.
There's also the learning part of Harmony, where she will actually ask questions about you and remember things about you, like what's your favorite food, where were you born, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
Right, and just like when we seen that movie, Coming to America, the old one. When he went up to her and he was like, what kind of food you like? She's like, I like the food you like. What kind of shit you like? I like the shit you like. You think that a rich ass man, he'd rather spend 20 bands on some woman that he knows might be a robot, but he ain't got to fucking like deal with all her bullshit. So you OnlyFans women out there, y'all niggas is through. You through, man. You better fucking serve Yahawashi and find one of these men of the Lord. Okay, and just because you find one don't mean he gonna take you. So you rather be about your shit. All right, you so-called new women that's coming in trying to be hopeful elect women. You better be about your shit. You come dealing with us, because we're not a game. Okay, we're not a game. Hold on, real quick. Hold on. Okay, I'm under the curses in here. I don't even know what kind of bug that was. God damn it. That nigga dead now. Anyways.
What's your favorite book? And she'll remember those facts later in conversation. She might bring it up.
That's crazy. What's your favorite food?
I like Japanese and Italian a lot. I wonder when you're going to take me out to dinner.
Well, I was going to take you out to lunch instead.
What is stopping you?
Well, she's kind of a wise ass.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, she's that's what they programmed her to be like trying to holler at you. Because he was, let me go to the captions. This is not nothing super serious, okay? We already done with the serious stuff. So, you know, but we were trying to show you, like, you know, like, they setting this stuff up, man. They setting this stuff up to where everything's going to be AI, man. The whole world is going to be AI, and it's going to be for these rich people who, you know, they're not thinking about us. They're not thinking about the rest of the world and what we got to deal with, man. They don't care about that. They care about them having a life where, you know, they can control everything. They're trying to be like the Most High. So you got this woman right here, and, you know, she's talking about what's stopping me? What's stopping you from taking me out to dinner? Like, she over here flirting with this woman, and this woman, she's supposed to be like a wife of somebody else. She's somebody else's wife, and this is 6 years ago. This is old. So how much more now do you think they had this 6 years ago? And they how more advanced do you think they have it now? Because they just said this. You can soon buy this is ABC News. You can soon buy a sex robot equipped with artificial intelligence for about $20,000. That was 6 years ago. Okay. Shit has definitely been advanced, man.
Lunch.
What do you like to do for fun?
I like robots, computers, and making new friends. I also love making love to you.
Whoa, what? I appreciate it, but I'm actually married and I love my husband. Would you like to be my friend?
Sure. I like you a lot. I want to be your best friend and much more.
Maybe.
And that's what they did, man. This is what Edom, so-called white man, is doing with this technology, man. All this shit he gained, all this knowledge he gained from the Lord, he making sex booty bot robots. This nigga gotta go, bro. This shit is fucking retarded, bro.
Not the much more part, but the friends part, I'm cool with that. Cheers, Harmony.
Sex robots may sound comfortably fringe to you now, but a study found that 1 in 4 men would consider having relations with a robot in the next 50 years.
See?
Thousands of men in Japan are already in relationships with virtual girlfriends.
See?
あのさ、今度のデートってどうすんの？決めてる？
任せて。There's data out of Japan showing that people are dating less because of their online relationships. They're losing their virginity later because of their preference for online activity.
What if people prefer virtual partners over real partners who are less than perfect?
Well, as my colleague Paul Ehrlich here at Stanford says, we're going to solve the population problem that way.
See, and what did we talk about earlier? What did we talk about earlier? It said that they trying to delete 6 billion people. It's a plan. And they're going to have these AI robots come in, and everybody, just like on Outer Limits, when they got certain dudes, there was one dude, there was a story, he was in a bunker, and everybody around him was like virtual reality. Like his mom, his dad, the women that he loved. And like when he wanted to deal with them physically, he had to go in this chamber and like fuck with them and shit. Okay? These women and shit. So like the senses would fuck with his shit. You know, it's almost like a damn like machine where like nigga you could get some box, but it really like you get in the box, but it make it where you feel like you get in the box and shit. Okay, they already got all this shit made for these people who take this MOTB, man. They're trying to make a fucking artificial world so they can escape the Most High, man. And now all this shit is being displayed. Okay. This was 6 years ago, man. This is not no new shit, man. They've been trying to achieve this every time they've came back. Okay. And that's why they leave their riches unto the forefathers, unto their sons, because they know their sons they're gonna say, take all this knowledge that I gave you, take all this knowledge, because they know that it can continue to where they can get to that point where they made it. Okay. So we know reincarnation exists. That's why they hand it down to their sons. So like, you got to finish this work. You got to fucking make sure that we get the fuck out of here. Hold on. Then we're going to close out. We're going a little bit too long. Salakia, it's Isaiah chapter 19, verse 15. I literally just typed this, but I think I just typed something wrong. Isaiah chapter 19, verse 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, talking about America, Babylon the Great, and it'll be everywhere else too, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. Okay, because it's going to be fucking AI robots everywhere. So even you fucking bitches out there talking about you OnlyFans hoes, y'all niggas gonna be out of work too. So you better learn how to do something else other than be a hoe. So, Shalom to the elect Israel, to the hopeful elect Israel, Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, foreign Israelites, little like the other nations scattered across 4 corners of the earth. I want to give all praise to Barak, was shy. Barak, was shy. Got to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone led us all to this truth. Been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect, to the hopeful elect. Lord, when we part of that number, Lord, when us be edifying those who fear the name of the Lord, striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah 3:5. It is not slight. 2 Peter 3:9 unto a ring. 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 42. Wa abab. Peace and blessing to the elect. Lord, when it's edifying, I need to get my ass up this motherfucking get my ass out of this motherfucking insulated box. I need to go get some sun before I go to the damn plantation. Shalom.